The political storm that the general elections would bring on is definitely here and it's playing out now. If you look at what's happened in Jharkhand for one, the former Chief Minister Hemant Soren's sister-in-law, Sita Soren, has joined the BJP. In Maharashtra, you've seen Sharad Pawar's nephew, Ajit Pawar, jump ship and become the Deputy Chief Minister in the state, of course, with the BJP's help. Uddhav Thackeray's estranged cousin Raj Thackeray is exploring an alliance with the BJP to revive his fortunes. Then see what's happening in Bihar. The BJP has now dumped the late Ram Vilas Paswan's brother, and Chirag Paswan is back in the good books. And now they're getting 5 Lok Sabha seats to contest as well. Then there is BJP's Devendra Fadnavis, who has now openly admitted to splitting up 2 parties to return to power in Maharashtra. So when you look at the overall picture, it seems the BJP is clearly trying to maximize gains in the upcoming Lok Sabha polls. But do these patterns also indicate a strategy to split up political parivars and make them irrelevant in the years to come? Let's discuss this. Neerja Chowdhury is a journalist and political commentator. She joins us along with Sanjeev Srivastava, who also is a political commentator. Great to have you both with us this evening on India Tonight. Sanjeev, to you first. Is this a strong political strategy, would you say, by the BJP to take on the opposition on this entire Parivarvad debate and scale up their number of seats this time?
So clearly the Parivarvad debate, which the Prime Minister kicked off when he talks about the opposition or the India alliance being full of parivars or family-run organizations, that so half of the families he's taking and the BJP is importing into them. So they are themselves becoming Parivarvadi parties. Look at the number of tickets which have been given to second, third generation politicians, offsprings, children, nephews, nieces, whatever. But on the other hand, like you said, Vikram, just now, it's clearly aimed at maximizing their gains and somehow weakening these family-oriented units, which were doubling up or which were actually political parties like NCP. So Sharad Pawar remains the grand old man, strong man, the Chanakya of Maharashtra politics. But so much of his muscle and heft came from Ajit Pawar's work on the ground over the last few decades. So if Ajit Pawar moves over the other side, definitely Sharad Pawar in NCP gets weakened. Raj Thackeray was so often seen as the real firebrand, mercurial kind of successor, the true inheritor of Bala Sahib's legacy. But Uddhav got the mantle. But now Raj Thackeray is going to the BJP fold, or those are the indications. And you can go on with these examples. So yes, it's aimed at weakening the original Parivarvad parties. But in the process, BJP is becoming a Parivarik party. Just like they used to say they'll have a Congress Mukt Bharat, but the number of Congress leaders they are importing and getting into from Congress, yes, it is now looking more like a Congress Yukt BJP.
So how does this work, Neerja Chowdhury? Can the BJP push this entire Parivarvad debate as a poll plank in these elections and yet go ahead, give tickets to dynastic families? In your opinion, how does this even work for the BJP in that sense?
I think the one principle that is at play, if you can call it a principle in this election for the BJP, is winnability, winnability, and only winnability. So what is going to get them that particular seat is that is the card they're going to play. And that means in the process, if their attack against dynasty, which has traction, particularly with young India, will get diluted. Because yes, Raj Thackeray is coming in, part of the family, Ajit Pawar is coming. Now Sunetra Pawar, his wife, is going to be fielded against Supriya Sulain Baramati. Jayant Chaudhary, the son of Ajit Singh and grandson of Charan Singh, he's been brought in into the party. Is Shri Kumaraswamy, Devagowda's son. And then Devagowda's son-in-law, Manjunath, is being given a ticket from Bangalore rural. So, I mean, you are encouraging Parivarvad. So that as a principle, that as a theme, as an agenda, is bound to get weakened. Even though this side you have a Narendra Modi, Chaiwala making it through the ranks to the pinnacle. So that has an appeal for aspirational India. But given the realities on the ground that the party needs to go beyond 300 seats again, I think these other formula are being given a go by.
Sanjeev, how do you imagine this is going to play out among the electorate when you look at the number of issues that will be what this election is going to be fought on when it comes to Parivarvad? How do you think the electorate is looking at this entire political strategy of the BJP?
Who are you asking?
Sanjeev, to you.
Okay. So I think, see, Mr. Modi is, you call it his charisma or his hold on the masses or sway with the masses. I think he's the biggest Teflon we have seen in the last few decades in Indian politics. Nothing sticks on him. So this whole Parivarvad, so on the one hand, like Neerja and I talked about Ajit Pawar, Thackeray's. On the other hand, the entire Parivar has been co-opted like CM Chowdhury or JDS. There, no Parivar has been left with the India Alliance. The entire Parivar has been co-opted and taken with them. But these things, I don't think Parivarvad, to be very honest, looks like a major theme playing out in these elections. It is largely Modi's Hindutva and development, which makes the Modi package or his theme song, and the opposition trying to just somehow trying to stop the juggernaut by forging regional alliances, regional equations, trying to make it a seat-by-seat contest. Their themes of secularism or caste till now don't seem to be finding much traction on the ground. But this Parivarvad is very honestly more like another slogan, a jumla, if you may.
See, politics, as far as India is concerned, is that here to stay, Neerja Chowdhury? Whether it's about the Thackeray cousins in Maharashtra, the Sorens, the Paswans, in terms of a counter, does the opposition have one to what we are currently seeing? And could they really potentially bring it on with the surgical strikes, perhaps, if you'd like to call it that the BJP does when it comes to breaking up this kind of political parivars?
You know, how do you, of course, this is going to remain the slogan, but if there is an issue in this election, the central issue is Narendra Modi. And the election is going to revolve around him, how well he's done. He's delivered, of course, Hindutva nationalism, Labhartis, OBC, that he is, aspirational India, several things that we are familiar with. And on the other side, when people say they're dissatisfied, there's economic hardship, there is joblessness, the prices are rising when you go to the market every time. So there is discomfort, and yet they say this time, what on the other side? In 2014, it was Modi bursting on the Indian scene. In 2019, it was Pulwama adding that additional push to what the BJP had got in 14. This time, there is, who's there on the other side is also a factor. And I think people will judge those dissatisfied, and those satisfied will judge around how well he has done or how badly he's done.
Down to the winnability factor.
The push is really, the Ram Mandir in North India.
Yes.
I hope is going to do what Pulwama did in 2019.
Correct. So yes, I mean, the entire stage has been set about the winnability of Narendra Modi, what he has been able to do with the 2 terms in governance. And as far as the electorate is concerned, you have all these issues coming up from time to time about Parivarvad, and there will be perhaps more in the future as well. But the nature in which politics works in India, perhaps the nature of that doesn't really fundamentally change, at least as of now. We'll see exactly what else we have to tackle through the general elections and the heat and grind as it works itself up. But Sanjeev Srivastava, Neerja Chowdhury, many thanks for joining us on this edition of India Tonight with your perspectives on this subject.